Okay, we are back with another mail day from Japan. No boxes to open recently, but I do have a bunch of boxes on the way. So after this video, you should be seeing another video with a killer haul of boxes that I have coming from Japan. And pretty soon, I guess what, in like about a month or two, less than 2 months, we should have BBM 2026 on the way. So we will get back into breaking the newest BBM stuff very soon. But for now, I did a little bit of ordering from Japan. Now, this order from Japan is actually two orders from Tadukan. Still don't know if I'm saying that properly, but there is Tadukan, the shop in Japan that carries all the wrestling and all sorts of stuff like that. They even send you a pamphlet to show you how much money you would spend if I went into that store. I would be dead if I went into that store. If I ever go to Japan, I need to be banned from that store. I really do. Okay, so there were two separate things about 2 weeks apart that came up on Tadukan, and I had them shipped over to my Tenso account, which is a hell of a lot easier for me to get stuff here. So, let's see. The first one was because of one card. One card, but I needed free shipping. I wanted the free shipping in Japan because I knew the shipping from Japan over here would be annoying as hell. So I ordered a second card, and I still needed to fill in a whole bunch of stuff. So I got DVDs. I know everybody thinks like DVDs, what the hell? But a lot of this stuff is stuff that you're not going to be able to get if it's not on DVD. Or you have to pay to be able to watch it. So I went into the Ring of Honor section on Tadukan. I pretty much cleared out the Ring of Honor section on Tadukan. I think there's only like 1 or 2 DVDs left. I've ordered a few DVDs from them in the past of Ring of Honor, so my Ring of Honor collection is growing. And I absolutely hate these cases. I hate these cases. I need to find a place here in Taiwan that will allow me to copy that and print it out so I can put it into a regular DVD case. I just can't stand these cardboard cases like this. They break so easily. So, the oldest of what we just picked up, Road to Best in the World 2014 Night 1. Like, Ring of Honor was, they put out any event they did on DVD. Hello, Nami. Yes, are you going to ruin this? Thank you. Is it because you haven't been on camera for a while? Is that the issue? Hi, beautiful. Daddy wants to do this, okay? You're wonderful. I know, you're not feeling good. Okay. Can you please go back up to the sofa with Grandpa and everybody else, okay? Thank you. Oh, no, see, that's what you do. You ruin it and you knock down. This is the type of thing where I got to restart the video because of you. Right? You're letting everybody hear you purr? Can you just sit somewhere else? God damn it. Okay. Love you. Bye-bye. Okay, so back to this now that Nami almost ruined everything. I'm not going to cut that out because I just love seeing my cats. Oh, and yes, Grandpa's still here. Oh my God, Grandpa's still here. Okay, I'm happy about it, but oh dear God, yes, there are 7 cats here and they are driving me crazy. Back to this. Ring of Honor used to put out everything on DVD. Any event went on DVD. I'm assuming that's just so that they can make some extra merch money back then. So, Road to Best in the World 2014. This is my time of watching Ring of Honor. I got into Ring of Honor just as they got their television deal. I think it was when, like, what was it? Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards were trading the title back and forth. And then they pulled it off them and they started going with much more marketable names. A big time of this one, of course, was when Adam Cole was the champion, when he could actually wrestle. And yeah, 2014, there's just that small window of like Kevin Steen, Adam Cole, Briscoe, and a bunch of others. That's my main time of watching. So this is one that I wanted to pick up. Ciampa versus Ethan Gabriel Owens. I don't even know who that is. Maybe I do, but I don't really know. Bobby Fish versus the Romantic Touch. Who the hell is the Romantic Touch? Cedric Alexander versus Silas Young versus Matt Taven. God, I hate Matt Taven. Versus ACH versus Kyle O'Reilly versus Caprice Coleman. Oh, nice. Cedric Alexander and Caprice Coleman both in there. Oh, and this is 6-man scramble for a world title match. Oh, if you don't remember, Cedric Alexander and Caprice Coleman were the CNC Wrestle Factory. Briscoes versus the Decades, BJ Whitmer and Tadarius Thomas. Jay Lethal and Truth Martini issue an open challenge for the ROH World Television Championship. Delirious versus Mike Bennett with, Maria Kanellis. No one can complain about that. And World Championship, Adam Cole versus the 6-man scramble winner. Okay, so they're fighting and then they're going to fight him. Oh, and we missed. Michael Elgin versus Jimmy Jacobs. So there we go. They always have all the stuff inside. They always have the guys that have usually left and gone on to bigger things on the inside just to try and get people like, they used to be there. So that's our oldest one that we picked up. Best in the World 2014. After that, I remember this. I remember when they were promoting the hell out of this one. Right? It's Mike Bennett's Bachelor Party. Right? Mike Bennett's Bachelor Party hosted by Adam Cole. This was when he was supposed to be marrying Maria Kanellis. I don't know if they were actually married already or not, but there we go. On the inside, back picture there. There he is with his championships. And well, not real championships, but his championships with Maria Kanellis. And supposedly Maria Kanellis' butt on the front, but Maria Kanellis has a way better butt than that. Now, I don't know if I actually watched any of this stuff. I remember them promoting it. I remember them posting some stuff. Maybe I downloaded it at some point. I don't know. Tag team attraction. Red Dragon versus Jay Lethal and Truth Martini. They have a lot of introducing different people. 6 women tag match. Veda Scott, Heather Pantera, and Leah Von Dutch versus Taylor Hendricks, Scarlett Bordeaux, and Mary Dobson. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to watching that match. The Kingdom and Cheeseburger do shots. Who cares? Loser Can't Drink. Roderick Strong versus Mark Briscoe. This is all just stuff. Tommaso Ciampa versus Delirious. That should be a good match. Cedric Alexander versus ACH. Michael Bennett gets a lap dance, of course. And the hired mercenary Rhino versus the champion Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe has to be one of my top favorite champions for Ring of Honor. I've always wanted that specific championship as well. Up next was, that was October 9th, 2014. And then 2 nights later, they had Champions versus All-Stars. Like exactly 2 nights later in Kalamazoo, Michigan, they had the Champions versus All-Stars. Now, Champions versus All-Stars, that is a cool thing that they got going here. The quick matches, Will Ferrara versus BJ Whitmer. Tadarius Thomas versus Owen Travers. Christopher Daniels versus Cedric Alexander. Kazarian versus Jimmy Jacobs. Matt Taven versus the Romantic Touch. Nami's back. She's going to jump up here in a second. And the main event, Champions versus All-Stars. Champion Jay Briscoe, Tag Team Champions Red Dragon, and TV Champion Jay Lethal is one team versus ACH. Whatever happened to him? I kind of remember something, but not a lot. ACH, Roderick Strong, Tommaso Ciampa, and Adam Cole. Like, that is just a dream match right there. But, like, a dream match at that time. Nowadays, well, if he was still here, he'd be killing it in wrestling right now if he was still around. It's kind of sad looking at that, but yeah. Like, the rest of them have kind of gone a little over the hill, have kind of all gone the weird ways, but yeah, like 10, 12 years ago, that was a killer 8-way match. Cannot wait to watch that one. All right, we're now jumping to July 17th, 2015 with the Aftershock Tour in Las Vegas, Nevada. All right, they have so many events and so many tours that went on DVD. It would be almost impossible to keep up with everything that they've done. Bonuses. Will Ferrara versus Romantic Touch. Who the hell is the Romantic Touch? I don't have my iPad here to check it out. Who is the Romantic Touch? I need to know this because it's coming up on almost every single one of these. And I remember watching wrestling back then, and I do not remember anything about the Romantic Touch. The hell is the Romantic Touch? I don't know. Deonna Purrazzo versus Mandy Leon. Deonna Purrazzo. I didn't even realize that she was wrestling back then. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Austin Aries returns. Television Championship #1 contender tournament match. Bobby Fish versus Matt Taven. Women of Honor. ODB versus Nane. I can never remember how to say that. Nane Takahashi. Television champion contender match once again. Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion Christopher Daniels versus the Chicken Mark Briscoe. I should bring this closer. Another tournament match. Frankie Kazarian versus ACH. The Young Bucks. Oh yeah, they're right there. See, my brain just blocks them out. Nami. God damn it. Hi. What are you doing? Young Bucks versus RPG Vice. Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. Like, I'm sorry. I'm a fan of Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta. I liked them. The Kingdom of Adam Cole and Bennett versus War Machine, Hanson and Rowe. That should be a good match on there. 3-way elimination to determine the #1 contender for the World Television Championship. I was about to say, if they ruin the match for me on here, I'm going to be pissed. Nami. But, like, the TNA DVDs, we're going off on a rant here for a second. Nami. The TNA DVDs, they will ruin matches on the back. They will tell you. There's some TNA DVDs that say that they give you the actual, it'll say here, instead of the Kingdom versus War Machine, it'll say the Kingdom defeats War Machine. I hate that. I hate looking at those DVDs when I'm going to watch them. All right, so this is going to be the winner of Fish and Taven, Daniels and Briscoe, and Kazarian ACH. All right, and the winner of that then goes on to get the World TV Championship match. And then Nami, fuck off. God damn it. All right, I know it was rude of me. I'm very sorry. I'm going to get unmonetized on YouTube now because of you. Thank you so much. All right, and Vegas Wildcard main event. Ring of Honor World and Television Champion Jay Lethal. So this is when Lethal had all the belts. Lethal, Austin Aries, and Moose versus Jay Briscoe, Dalton Castle, and Kyle O'Reilly. That's a wild card of a main event right there. That sounds like a good event. These all sound like killer events. I have a lot of older Ring of Honor stuff. I like watching it, but because I didn't watch it back then, there's just people that just don't interest me, or it just seems weird. Nami. Okay, this one is being blocked by a cat. Sadly, we can see... Sadly, we can see the Young Bucks underneath her, though. All right, Champions versus All-Stars. Glory by Honor. Nami! Out. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm never mean to my cats, but goddamn, she's driving me crazy. My wife's not here for the next couple of days, so the cats are just clingy as hell. All right, Glory by Honor 15 with Champions versus All-Stars. Was our last Champions versus All-Stars Glory by Honor? No. Doesn't say that this was Glory by Honor. It just says that this was Champions versus All-Stars. All right, but this one's saying Glory by Honor 15. Champions versus All-Stars, Glory by Honor 15. Yeah, that's weird. The other one is not... The last Champions versus All-Stars was not at Glory by Honor. Okay. So we can see here who the champions are, right? We've got Cole, we got Fish, and we've got the Young Schmucks. All right, so Champions versus All-Stars. Donovan Dijak versus Jay White. Seriously? Okay, I'm glad I picked this up. Donovan Dijak versus Jay White. That's going to be cool. The Tempura Boys. Tempura Boys versus All Night Express. I'm guessing this is the Tempura Boys. I'm going to have to find out who the Tempura Boys are. I do not know who the tempo. Oh, God damn it! There's the stupid Bucks again. All right. Kamatachi versus Angel Del Oro. Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser versus the Motor City Machine Guns. That should be pretty good. BJ Whitmer versus Punishment Damian Martinez. We all know who Punishment Damian Martinez is, right? We all know. Former WWE champion. Punishment Damian Martinez. He went as, Punisher Martinez there for a while, right? Yeah, I think he was Punisher Martinez, I think was what he was before. Now he's just Damian Priest. All right, so BJ Whitmer and Damian Priest versus Alex Beardsley and Blake Acumen. All right. Adam Page versus ACH. Oh, God. Adam Page is on this as well. Yeah, you can tell my biases in wrestling when I start about those guys. Oh, there's another one coming up I'm going to over as well. Kazarian versus Jay Lethal. That sounds cool. Champions, Adam Cole, Young Bucks, Bobby Fish versus the Briscoes. Awesome. Dalton Castle. Awesome. And somehow they got Colt Cabana to come out of his mother's basement. Maybe they sent some money to his mom's bank account. Okay, that looks like a good event as well. And to round it off, we got Enter the Red Dragon. Double disc set Red Dragon matches. There's bonuses galore down here. Lots of bonus stuff down here. But we have a whole bunch. Enter the Dragons. Bobby Fish versus Claudio Castagnoli. Kyle O'Reilly versus Austin Aries. This is back in 07 and 10. They have the different chapters of when they started coming together. Formation of Red Dragon. Red Dragon versus the American Wolves. American Wolves versus the Bravado Brothers versus Scum versus Red Dragon. This is going to be a killer of ones to watch. Briscoes versus Red Dragon. Let's see. Red Dragon versus the American Wolves. Red Dragon versus the Briscoes. They call out a bunch of people on those ones. This doesn't look like there's going to be... It looks like a good amount of matches, but it looks like it's like one disc worth spread onto two. Chasing the titles. See, this is like winning gold. This is chasing the titles, I guess. Red Dragon versus the Forever Hooligans. American Wolves again versus Red Dragon. Red Dragon versus Elgin and Lethal. Red Dragon versus the CNC Wrestle Factory. And the Third Reign, the Young Schmucks versus Red Dragon. I'm assuming there's going to be some other stuff down here. Kyle O'Reilly versus Eddie Edwards. Looks like there's a few other matches in there, but I was always a big Red Dragon fan. The crazy thing is about out of the four of them, like Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. It's sad to say Bobby Fish was always my favorite, and then he's the one that disappeared the fastest. Okay, that was a very long look at a bunch of DVDs on there. Should we do the cards, or should we just do the DVDs on that one? I almost think that we should just do the DVDs there and just leave it as that for this one as my Ring of Honor DVD mail day. So we're going to keep it at that, and we're going to do the cards on the next video because there's a couple really cool cards that I would rather talk about where people aren't bored of listening to me on this. And I checked my YouTube thing, and it says that people only ever actually watch for a few minutes, even if I put out like a 20-minute video. So this is almost a 20-minute video about a bunch of DVDs, so we're going to stick with that. So there we go. 6 more DVDs for my collection. I probably have about another 20 DVDs of Ring of Honor in my collection as well. I really got to start watching a bunch of these ones. Just start carving through all of my Ring of Honor stuff from all the different ones. I got them all the way back to like the Tyler Black era, Austin Aries, all of that stuff. So we'll start going through all of these, and I don't know, I should start reviewing these things, but that would just be me talking a whole lot more, and people don't like to hear me talk, supposedly. So that's it for me on that one. That is my DVD collection getting bigger and bigger here. Even though I got rid of a bunch of wrestling DVDs, now I'm starting to get a whole bunch of them back. But I got rid of WWE, and I'm getting TNA and Ring of Honor and ECW instead. So that's it for me. Stay tuned. There is going to be 2 more mail days, and then there's going to be a bunch of box breaks from some really cool stuff from Japan. So stay tuned. If you're new here and you made it through all that, like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Check out the other page if you want to for the Japanese AV cards. Taiwan, what is it? Taiwan AV card guy. Check out that one for the AV cards. That one's updated a lot more commonly than this one is right now because I can get a lot more AV cards than I can wrestling cards. So thanks for hanging out, and just wait a few more days and there will be another video with some really kick-ass cards for my collection. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye-bye.